In this video series, I wanted to cover over all the different machines that I use as a maker and an artist. The machines that I use 4 different types of machines. I use a Cricut maker, a 3D printer, laser cutter, and a CNC. And I kind of give a rating system as well as to what's the easiest machine to use, what's the hardest machine to use. So each video will consist of its own ratings and what I think about it. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Follow, like, and support. I would appreciate a lot. Thank you so much. 3D printers. Who is it for? It's for hobbyists, crafters, cosplayers, rapid prototyping, for practical applications, people who enjoy board games that want to make their own board game pieces. All of these reasons are great, but just have fun with it. Play, learn, and you'll just grow and get better at it. But how does it work? How do we make those things if we don't even know how to do it? When you don't know, you can start by downloading someone else's file, a STL file, and give it a try on your 3D printer. You can upload it as an STL file into your slicing program and calibrate it for your 3D printer and then print it out. That's the easiest way to go about making something and testing it for the first time when you don't know how to make anything on a CAD software yet. Speaking of which, some CAD softwares off the top of my head, like Fusion 360, SolidWorks, those are more of like the paid ones. And then you go into free CAD programs or 3D modeling programs like Blender, SketchUp, Tinkercad. Those you just have to have an account. So we made a cube in Fusion 360 and something just easy to kind of grasp the concept and have it simplified down so that it's not overwhelming for anybody who is beginning or wanting to learn how to do it. It's the quickest and easiest way to test out your machine as well. We're going to be putting this into the slicing program. The slicer software is crucial for 3D printers because it breaks down the models based on the layer height specified in the software. Each slicing software will have the settings for layer height, nozzle travel speed, and extrusion control, and many more settings. But most times there are pre-settings that you can start with, and if you don't have them, search for your manufacturer or model number in the forums or groups that you are affiliated with and find settings there that can help you. Knowing all of that, what are the pros? Number 1, it's quick and easy to operate. Number 2, there's ready-made files that you can download and print from websites. Number 3, there's cost-effective technology and materials in this day of age. Number 4 is kind of a tricky one because you can have a huge 3D printer or a small 3D printer, or you can have a huge footprint or a small footprint. So having lightweight or a small footprint could be someone's preference, or having a huge printer with a large print volume might be someone's preference as well. Now let's talk about the cons. So con to 3D printing, you might want to smooth it out if you're cosplaying, or maybe it's to pour resin. And then number 2, needing to learn how to use software. I think that's one of the most important things, and it's really hard to learn something new, especially a new application that you've never used before. Knowing the pros and cons, now we can talk about overall cost effectiveness, ease of use, and setup. So cost effectiveness, how economic is it to start 3D printing right off the bat? I'm gonna give that a 10 out of 10 because nowadays 3D printers cost between $150 to $700. And anything between that range is actually really good versus what, 4 years ago. And then we have ease of use and learning. Ease of use and learning, I'm gonna give it about 7 out of 10 if you're kind of tech savvy, and if you're not, I'm gonna give it kind of like a 5 out of 10. The reason why is learning new applications is not an easy task, especially because you have to learn two. You have to learn the CAD software, and then you also have to learn the slicer software. So both of those go hand in hand together. Then we have the ease of setup. How easy is it to set up? I believe it's going to be a 8 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 because some machines already come assembled and you just plug and play. Those are my overall thoughts on 3D printing. And you can decide if you want to be able to acquire this tool and use it for your applications on whatever you are doing, because there's a wide variety of materials that you can use out there. It's a huge library, so check it out, experiment, and just have fun with it. And here's some examples of what you can do.